When using Blender to build environments for your Godot game, you will sooner or later run into the following problem. You use geometry nodes to scatter meshes, for example, vegetation like trees or grass. And now you want to import them into Godot as a Mesh Instance 3D to leverage Godot's built-in GPU instancing. There is a relatively simple way to accomplish this. In this demo project, I want to scatter a tree mesh across this terrain, but only on the terrain's green, flat areas. For that, I use a very basic instances on points geometry node setup. It distributes points randomly on the terrain surface and then instances the tree mesh on those points, but only on points where the terrain surface normal points straight upwards, meaning flat areas. Each tree also receives a slightly random scale and z-rotation. Now we can export the position, rotation, and scale of each instance tree as a JSON file using this Python script that you can find in the video description. Just open Blender's text editor, paste the script, and then, with the terrain and the geometry node modifier selected, click the Run Script button in the text editor. You will now find the JSON file at the same location as your Blender project file. Note that if your terrain mesh contains multiple geometry node modifiers, you must select the correct one and preferably disable the others, or the JSON export might not work properly. Make sure to also export the terrain mesh and the tree mesh, as we will of course need them in Godot. In Godot, let's import the two mesh files and the JSON file. Open the advanced import settings of the tree, select the actual mesh, and enable Save to File to save the mesh as a resource. Then create a scene for the terrain, add a MultiMeshInstance3D node with a multi-mesh resource, and select the tree mesh. Now, the last step is to create the tool script in Godot. Again, you can find the code in the description. Save a new scene with a single node and attach the script. Finally, in the terrain scene, add the tool scene, select the JSON file and the target surface, in this case, the terrain, and click the Scatter button. And that's it. As you can see, the trees now have the exact same position, rotation, and scale as they did in Blender.
Thanks for watching.